I am Mohan Purnachandra and I'm very excited to share my data analysis project which is done on RX sales data. This is the data of medicines which practitioners have sold. We analyze this data based on whether the sold item is of our brand or the competitor and what is the market share, when was the market share low, when was it high. We do various kinds of analysis and I'll just give an overview of the analysis I did in this project. We'll find the unique physicians writing under each specialty, unique physicians writing for brand and competitor, market share of brand and competitor, months with lowest and highest market share, specialty wise competitor brand writing. Firstly, this is our data set, the sales data set, which has info of all the sales of all the 12 months, the prescriber ID, the product code, the specialty code, and the prescriber state. We also have the payer plan. So we also have another data set, the specialty code map. The specialty code is mapped with the specialty, and we need to find the unique physicians that write for each specialty. And there's an exception that a doctor can write for multiple specialties. We can see that here. And I did the map of these two data frames and I found the specialty for each specialty code. And now I will do the values count on the specialty and I get the number of practitioners. Similarly, in the same way, I do a map of this data frame with the sales data frame and I get the competitor brand flag so that I get to know who is writing for the competitor, which doctor is writing for the competitor and who is writing for our brand, and I'll do a values count based on that and I get the number. And similarly, I'll show you the market share. I add all the sales of competitor and our brand and then divide it by the total number of sales like this and I get the market share. And similarly, I add each month's sale for brand and competitor. I do a vertical sum and then I do this so that I can get the market share of the lowest month, and here we have it. So this is the last part where we do a specialty wise competitor and brand writing. What this means is that for different specialties, we need to show the information of physicians and their writing for brand and competition. So we need to get an output something like this for each specialty: the prescriber ID, the total sales for brand and for competitor. So we do something called the group by in this case. So sorry, a pivot table in this case. So here's the pivot table. I do this and I got the specialty and the total sales. I do this and I concatenate both T1 and T2 and I get this. This is the second part of the project where I need to do the analysis of territory sales performance. So in for any given brand in pharmaceuticals, each region is divided into various parts. The region comes at the top and below it comes the district and below that comes the territory. So under each district there can be many territories and under each region there can be many districts. So what we need to first find here is the attainment, which is the amount of sales divided by the target. So to see whether the target has been reached or not, and which of these target territories are performing the best. So first let's look at the data sets we have. First we have the sales data of each zip code. We don't have the information of territory, region, anything in this part. We just have the zip code and it is attached with the sales in each month of a product by a prescriber. So we have a zip territory map dataset. This will connect the zip code with the territory code. And we have another dataset which connects the territory with district and the region. So what, and we have the targets here. So if we want to find the attainment, which is what's calculated in below, we need to first get the total sales in each territory for an year. So that we need another column here. For that, we'll build slowly by first calculating the total sales in that year in this dataset, and then getting the territory code to this dataset. And using that territory code, we can map that to this dataset. So this is the overview. I'll just show the exact solution I have built. I have this table. I saw whether there are any null values. No, there are none. And I just now connect these two. First I'm seeing how many total territories are there, and then I'm merging the zip code map, and I get the territory code in the sales dataset using pd.merge, and then I'll calculate the total sales in each month, and then I do a merge into my new dataset which contains the region, district and territory code. So I get all the sales here, and why it is like this is because we have same territory again and again. You can see here. So we need to add this based on the territory. So what I do is again I group by the territory code based on the sales and do a sum of the sales. So what I get is this, a unique territory code and the sales. Actually I get a copy of these things due to the group wise thing, and then what I do is I drop those duplicates, and then I get this overall value which is expected, and then I'll do the attainment by dividing the sales by target. This is exactly done here. So this is the first part, and now this dataset will come very handy in doing our next calculations. So next I want to find the uh, districts which have the highest territory level average attainment. So I just do a mean in group by so that I get the average attainment, and I just sorted based on the region code and the attainment. So here is the answer, and this really helps the pharmaceutical companies to analyze where is going wrong, what is going right, what strategies to apply. And the next part is getting the top 3 performing territories in each region. So I need to find the best performing territories in every region. District is eliminated from this. So what I do is I group by based on region code and take the 3 largest attainment values. That's it. And then just clean this entire data set into this small part. So here is it. And I just need to give a rank, which I do this by a simple for loop. I just did this and I get the rank. Yeah, this is it. And the fourth part is I need to compute the sales contribution of each district in its region. So what I need to do is I need to sum up all the sales in each region and then divide it by the and divide the sales of each district by the total sales in that region. This is what I need to do. For that I need the total sales in each region. I calculate that again by using group by. Group by is very helpful, and yeah, I have only 3 regions, and I get the total sales in each region. Now what I do is I again add that into my data set. First I I remove the territory code and just keep the region code and district code using the group by and the sales. So I do a sum, like I get the sales in each district, I have the sales in each district, and what I do now is I have this thing and this thing. Now I need to merge these two. I need to get this value for this column, and for, as this is the other region, I need to get this value here and here. Each region is having two districts here, so I do a merge on the left and I get that properly, and the merging is on region code. So after I get that, I can easily calculate my district contribution by just dividing the sales by the region total sales. That's what's done here, and I get it. And this is really very helpful for companies to analyze what's going on, what's wrong, what can be improved, what is going very well, and what strategies to apply. And visualization is also a very important part in this. So here's a visualization of each district contribution in a region. Yeah, so this is all about the project, and this types of project really helps the company analyze data and do various kinds of things. So thanks a lot for watching, and I hope this really helps in doing your data analysis.